Hi there. Welcome back to James DIY Garage. I'm James. This is my Maserati Ghibli SQ4. And this is going to be the 6th part in the 7-part series, 70,000 mile service on my Maserati Ghibli SQ4. The 6th part is going to be changing the power steering fluid. We're almost done. So thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate that. Please click like, click subscribe, and click the bell so you'll be notified of future videos. Go ahead, take a moment to do that. I'll wait. Thanks, appreciate that. So as we get started, I'm not going to bore you with lifting the car and pulling the panels off. We've seen how to do that from my previous videos. So I'll do all that off camera, so when we come back, we'll just start with the process of pulling the fluid out of the reservoir and then draining it from the rack. Move the cap. Put it in our handy little tool tray here. Goes in here like so. Sure. Okay. Oh, this looks dirty.
It is dirty. Yeah. Oh, nakabig.
Try to move it around in the reservoir here so that we... Let's see if I can move it down this way a little bit.
So that hindi iba yung napupuntahan nung yan.
Okay, I think we got as much as we're going to get out of the reservoir. Okay.
Just pump it.
That's good.
Just pump more!
Sweetheart, that's it. That's enough. We're not going to get any more. That's it. That's good. So hold the hoses up so that it doesn't leak. Okay. Hold the hose up. There we go. Thank you so much. That was my lovely assistant, my wife. Okay, just so you know where we're at. That's the front tire. And just looking aft, we have this cross member here. Maserati. This cross member here. And in this hole here is what we're looking at here. And we have to remove this connector. Then we have to remove this. Not remove it, but loosen it up so the fluid comes out. This is where the fluid's going to be draining out of. This is looking aft through that hole. I won't be able to do this on camera, so I'll do it off camera. Okay, I managed to loosen it up. I used a 3/4 inch drive socket. I don't know what the millimeter equivalent is, but this is all I had that would fit. 3/4 inch drive socket and a ratchet. But I also had to use a little cheater bar because it was on there pretty tight. And it looks like it's pretty much finished draining. Get a closer look. Without having fluid drip on my phone. Let's see if I can loosen that up with my fingers a little bit. No, I don't want to take it off, but I think it's pretty much drained. It started dripping faster. Okay, now I need to go up top side and turn the steering wheel, which means I have to lift it up off the ramps a little bit. So let me do that. Okay, I took it up off the ramps a little bit so I could turn the steering wheel. Got to turn the engine on and made a little bit of a mess. But I don't know, I guess that was expected. So I turned the steering wheel a few times, turned the engine off. I could hear it making a spurting noise. That was normal. But I turned it a total of about 3 or 4 times, and then turned the engine off. I gotta let it back down on the ramp, clean the mess up, and put everything back together again. Well, a couple things to note. Eye protection when you're dealing with under the car fluids. And 2, that fitting, the nut for the fitting should be torqued to 40 Newton meters. You can convert that online if your torque wrench doesn't have Newton meters on it. Mine does, so 40 Newton meters it is. I'm leaving the car jacked up on the ramps so I can check to see if there's any leaks later. I went ahead and filled the reservoir up to max with this fluid here, this Mopar. This is the same stuff as what's called for in the Maserati manual. You can get this at Chrysler. It's fluid 4. Here's the old fluid that came out. This is about 2.5 cups, about 21 ounces. It is dirty, and so far only about I'd say maybe 10 to 12 ounces has gone in so far. So I still need to put 8 to 10 ounces in to replace what came out. When I first filled it up, I checked the level. Well, when I first filled it up, I turned the engine on and ran the thing. The power steering pump made a noise. Which is normal because there's still air in the system. So turn the engine off and just let it sit for a while and let the fluid drain down inside the system. And check the level, just keep checking the level. It was at max, now it's at minimum or low. Check it again here. Give it some more time. Yeah, it's below minimum. So we'll give it some more time here, and then I'll add some more fluid and turn the engine on. Turn the steering wheel a few times, turn the engine off, and then check it again until I've pretty much put the same amount of fluid in that came out. Okay, I'll explain what took place. When I filled it to the max level here, I waited for a little while and it went down a little bit. Filled it back up, waited a little bit longer. I turned the steering wheel with the engine on a few times. It was still making the noise. Shut the engine down, waited for a little bit longer, checked the level, and the level was down, so I put more fluid in it, filled it to max. I waited probably 30-40 minutes, checked the level again, it was still at max, so I turned the engine on and started turning the steering wheel. The noise went away, no more noise, but it started to vibrate. The steering wheel, the wheels, the whole system started to vibrate. So I shut the engine down, checked the fluid level, and it was way low. Put fluid, filled it back up to max, started the engine up again, and slowly started turning the steering wheel, and it started to vibrate again. Turned the engine off, checked the fluid level, it was way low again. Filled it back up to max, put the cap back on, started the engine, let it run for a little bit, and slowly started to turn the steering wheel. It didn't vibrate when I was turning slowly. I started turning it, continually faster and faster, back and forth, and it didn't vibrate, didn't make the noise. Came over here, checked the level. Level went down just a little bit, maybe halfway down. So I filled it back up to max. Checked turned the engine on, turned the steering wheel again. Same thing, perfect, nice and smooth, no noise, nice and quiet. So it's normal, I guess, for it to make noise initially. Don't panic when you hear the noise. It's a pretty loud noise. And when it vibrates, just turn the engine off right away and check the fluid level every time it does that. And that's what I did, and I will demonstrate for you now by turning the engine on and showing you how smooth and fluid it is. Okay, I'll turn the steering wheel now. I'm turning the steering wheel. No noise, the pump's nice and quiet. The steering wheel turns nice and smooth. I don't feel any binds or no hesitation. I'm watching the front wheel while I'm in it. I don't see the front wheel vibrating or anything. I'll check the fluid again. And it hasn't gone down this time. So I think we're done. The fluid stayed at the same level. I'll keep checking the fluid over the next couple days. I've got some left, but when I look at how much went into the system as opposed to how much came out, it's pretty much the same. So I'm thinking we've accomplished the task. Placing the steering fluid on a 2014 Maserati Ghibli SQ4. Now all I have to do is put the bottom covers back on and QA my work. Well, I got her all buttoned up, and then I took it out for a test drive. And the test drive tested good. Power steering's nice and smooth, no noise, no vibration. So we're good. Power steering fluid's been changed in my Maserati Ghibli. This was the 6th part in the 7-part series 70,000 mile service on my Maserati Ghibli. The 7th part coming up next week is going to be changing oil. So if you like this video, please click like. And please click subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified when the 7th part of this 7-part series comes out. This is the last one, and I'll be changing the oil. So, as always, until my next video. And if you own a Maserati, be sure to get your thrills every day.